Alright, so today what we're going to do, you can go ahead and start your notes. Again, we put your name at the top, and I would put the notes with your homework just because I think it's easier. Hour, whatever hour you're in. We are moving on to lesson 17. So we're starting that new app. Okay? And we're going to look at example B. Okay. So we're on to the third app, the third and final app. This is the last chapter of first quarter. Once this is done, we can't get through everything else to get a test in before the end of first quarter. So this is kind of the last hurrah for first quarter. Okay. So I'm going to go into my third app, and you notice the third app, it says level 3. It's with a little green ribbon. Okay. You're going to notice that we have 24 lessons, and then we have the lesson review. That'll be the test review. Okay. So we're going to go to practice B. Okay. And these are just going to be kind of basic problems. You're going to notice that we added a green cube. Did you notice that down here? So the red cubes are positive numbers. The green cubes are negative numbers. And you'll notice that I still have my X's, which are my blue pawns, and my white pawns, which are my stars. So I'm adding a little bit more to it. Okay, so when it asks me to evaluate, that's another name for solving. So I'm solving. Okay. So these are actually really easy. I grab a -4, which is a green cube. See that? And then I'm going to add another green cube, which is 6. And so my final answer then would be -10, and that's a green cube on the other side. So in other words, if I got two cubes that are the same color, all I do is add them together, right? Okay? So I'm going to go back to my notes, and this is how you'd write it. So you'd go -4 plus -6, and it's going to give me -10. Now, I don't have to put parentheses around them, but that is how it was offered to me, and so that's why I put it there. Okay? Yeah.
Could you do it like the way we did the other lessons?
Oh, check it? Yeah, if you want to go check it like that, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Yeah. You're okay so far? Okay, this is really pretty easy. Okay, but if you never understood why you add and why you subtract and why you do with cubes, this is going to help you. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go back now to my app. And of course it helps me out. So I go back here and I put in -10, and it says I'm a star. Okay, let's move on. Okay, here's the next one. Notice it says B2. Okay, so this is the second part of B. And you'll notice I have a -5, and I'm going to add a +3. Okay, so I'm going to grab my -5, which is my green cube, and I'm going to add a 3, which is a red cube. Do you see that? Do you see how I'm adding them? I'm bringing them together. Okay, now, when they are different colors, you look at it and go, okay, which one's bigger? Is it the green one or the red one? The green one. How much more is the green one?
2.
2. So I'm going to grab a green 2. You see that? So green 2 means that the answer is -2. Okay, so I'm going to go back now to this, and I'm going to go -5 plus a +3, and I end up with a -2. And if you don't get adding integers, some kids all of a sudden are going, oh my gosh, seriously, that's all that was. Sometimes it just clicks because you've got the different colored cubes. Okay? I'm going to rewrite this as a 3. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my app. And of course it kicks me out every time, which I just love, but it's okay. Okay, and I did that one, so I'm at this one. And I said that this was a 2. Yep, and I'm a star. Okay, now I'm going to go to C. So here is a positive 9, and I'm going to take away a negative 2. Now, there's two ways of thinking of this. Okay, so I'm going to do the elementary version first and show you why this rule works. Do you remember when you had Miss Clemenson, and remember how you had the chop chop? Do you remember how she did that? Okay, did you ever wonder why that works? Like, why does a minus minus become a positive? That seems really weird. It's just a rule. I'm going to show you why that rule works. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So I'm going to take a positive 9, and it tells me to take away a negative 2. Do I have a green cube to take away? I don't. Watch what I can do. If I have a positive 2 and a negative 2, how much is this?
0.
There's 0, right? I can add these together and there's 0. Okay, now can I take away a negative 2? That's why the chop chop works. Okay, so again, I'm going to show you one more time. I've got a 9. I can't take away a negative number. Okay? I'm just showing you why it works. I want you to do the chop chop because I think it's great. But this is why it works. Right? I can't take away a green cube, but I can add 0, and now I can take it away. And my answer ends up being 11, positive 11. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my notes. It's example C. I had a positive 9 minus a negative 2 equals. Now this is what I actually want you to do on your homework. I actually want to see this. If I don't see it, there's no work shown. I want to see the chop chop, just like you learned before. Okay? Now when you get to geometry and you get on to algebra 2, you probably don't have to show that. But for right now, I want to see that. And then this ends up being 11. And you can put positive 11 or just 11. I'm fine with that. But that's why the chop chop works. Okay? Questions? All right, let's go back then to the app. Okay, and I put in 11. I'm a star. Here we go. Here's the next one. So I've got a negative 5 minus a positive 2. Okay, this is the rule called the chop chi. Remember Miss Clemenson did the chop chi? And you're like, how the heck did that happen? I'm going to show you why it works. Now, when you do it for me, I want you to do the chop chi trick. I want you to do that because I think it works. All right, so I've got a negative 5, which is green, and it says I need to take away a positive 2. Do I have a positive 2 there? No, but watch what I can do. I can put these 2 up there, can't I? Because they're 0, and I can take away a positive 2, and that's how I get a negative 7. Okay, again, I'm going to do it again. Watch. Here's a negative 5. I can't take away a positive 2. So if I go ahead and put up 0, now I can take it away, and that's how I get my negative 7. Okay? That's why it works. Now, let me show you on your notes. This is how you're going to do it. So you're going to put your negative 5 minus a positive 2. And so if you had Miss Clemenson, she did the chop chi. Remember that? So it becomes plus a negative. And I end up with a negative 7. So this was the chop chop, she called it. And this one she called the chop chi. I think that's how she spells it. Does that make sense? So then this kind of goes away. And I have plus a negative. So they're both negative. They're both green. We okay? Questions? Yes.
We have to show the plus 2 here.
I want you to do the chop chop, and I want you to do the chop cheat. Yes, I want you to show that. Yep.
So it's like all like
The first 4, and then the rest of them will be like we did. So I'm going to show you on the app right now. That's a good question. So if you go into the app and you do lesson C, and we did that one, and we did this one was -7. Okay, I'm gonna star. Okay, it'll give you your lessons. So 1, 2, 3, wait, it's A and B. So 1 has A and B, 2 has A and B, 3 has A and B, 4 has A and B. There's 3B, there's 4A, there's 4B, and then this will pop you to the old stuff. Okay, so it's going to be just like your test. You write down your problem, combine your like terms, take away your numbers, take away or add what you can, and you're going to get your final answer. So it's going to be a review. Are we okay? Are there any questions? If you can do the chop chop, I want to see it. If you can do the chop chi, I want to see it, because it's going to help you later on when it gets more difficult. Okay? All right, so you can go ahead and get started. I'll be around in just a few minutes.